Hi, I'm Rick Péwé for Jeepn, and we are on Pritchett Canyon. We're standing here anyway, with Stan Fuller. Stan has been wheeling for quite a while. His Jeep behind us is a 47?
48.
48. It's called Grandpa's Jeep.
Actually, my grandfather.
Your grandfather?
Yeah. So it's been in the family a while, since the 60s.
So you've got, small practical purposes, it's a regular 47 Jeep. Aftermarket roll bar, of course, winch, but it looks just right. It's got the right patina. It's got just about everything. And how long have you had it yourself since your grandpa left?
I've probably had it about 11, 12 years.
Yeah.
Since it kind of was rotting away in one of my cousin's yards, and I said, "Hey, what's going on with Grandpa's Jeep?" He said, "You want it? Take it away."
Oh, that's awesome. And this is its second life, right?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
So what happened is actually, you got to tell the story. It's pretty amazing.
I didn't know too much about Jeeps. I just had this Jeep in my head from when I was a kid. I rode around in it and stuff, and we would, it was always behind Grandpa's garage, and we'd go on safaris and adventures sitting in the
Yeah.
Jeep, little kids. And then when I went off and did a military career, and I came back and I looked around for the Jeep, and it was just hiding away at my cousin's house, not doing anything. So I asked him about it. So I brought it and I fixed it up, and I got it running, and then it's like, okay, now what do I do? And I kind of took me a while to hook up with some of these guys, and we started doing trails, and pretty soon we started doing stupid stuff like Pritchett Canyon.
That's true. So it has a stock engine.
Stock engine, yeah.
25 front, 44 rear.
It is a 44. I have it a little bit disguised with the fake dust cap on the back, but yeah. I broke a lot of axles on the 41, so we went to the 44. Yeah,
Just much.
a little bit, yeah.
Right, stock tranny, transfer case.
Yeah, well, that's the T90C, so a tiny bit lower.
Right, lower first gear, and that's
Right.
important. It's
Yeah.
not quite like a 4-speed granny,
No.
but it sure is a big difference from the stock.
And I did, I've had it for a while back. I got the TeraFlex, the Tera low gear set for the transfer case, so it's a little bit lower.
Beautiful Jeep.
Thanks. I do have the lockers in the axles and the lower gears, but other than that, it's basically a stock drivetrain.
You ever have much of a problem off-road?
Not too much problem, There's some things that big tires you have to get over.
These are what, 716?
They're 716s. They're about 29 inches
it's
tall.
a 29-inch tall tire. And on Pritchett Canyon, they say you got to have 33s or better.
Right, that's what the sign says.
Yeah, I've done it before many years ago too.
But this will be my fourth time through the canyon. I hope that I make it okay. But Warren 8000 winch on there. That's a recent addition. A little bit tricky because I still run the 6-volt system. So I got that 6-volt motor. Brennan Metcalf sells those, and we wired it up with a bunch of solenoids and stuff to make it work, and it does pull. So.
Oh, you got four.
There's four, because I'm so wild.
Yeah.
It's just a stock Go Devil. Not the original, but it's pretty original. I've added a couple things because I used to have a lot of heating issues and stuff. So I got the little cooling fins under the carburetor, and all the fuel lines are wrapped and stuff. So that's just aluminum plate.
Aluminum foil over it.
Yeah.
I don't see any clothespins.
No, I haven't gone that route.
It's guaranteed,
Yeah, okay.
So if you don't know, sometimes these tend to overheat because it's such a massive power plant packed in such a small space. To combat fuel boiling, basically which is what it is, put regular wooden clothespins on the fuel line.
I still have the oil bath air filter, and I'm kind of a curmudgeon that way, trying to keep mostly looking stock. Mostly.
It does. I would say the most unstocked part is the roll bar.
Yeah.
And of course, dual hooks for the high performance.
High performance, yeah. Got to hold that hood down.
And this winch, about what year is this one?
It's a Warren 8000 winch. When Warren took over Bellevue, I guess they kind of kept this same design and everything and just called it Warren instead of Bellevue.
And the key is that it's a 6-volt motor run with your 6-volt system.
Right.
Yeah, that's pretty rare. And interestingly enough, you have synthetic line.
Yeah, synthetic line. I didn't want the weight on there, and it doesn't look terrible. That gray color,
716 non-directional tread tires. And what's interesting, he does not have locking hubs.
I kind of feel like that the locking hubs are a weak point, you know.
Well, they are.
If you're bashing rods and stuff, you break them all the time. So these things don't break.
But they act as a fuse for the
Right.
massive horsepower.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so the rear end looks stock to me.
Yeah, we kind of tried to disguise it as a Dana 41. It's actually a 44 flanged axle. You know,
And the difference is the tapered axle. It's one axle and then a flange that goes over it. And that means you won't have a cap like this to be behind the nut. But like Stan says, it's disguised.
yeah, we just dummied it up to look like a 41.
Who's gonna know?
Yeah.
So that's a little walk around on Grandpa's Jeep, and it's famous on the trails as it stands. So we're gonna get some more video of him doing the obstacles.